I never imagined the night we were supposed to celebrate love would turn into a nightmare etched in my soul. The moment I opened our bedroom door, the world around me shattered. My wife was entwined with another man on our bed, their whispers and laughter piercing through me like knives. I froze. They looked up, thinking I would crumble instantly, but they didn't know that I had been waiting for this moment, patiently, quietly, with every nerve in my body alive with silent fury. The sting of betrayal hit me like a physical blow, yet I did not scream. I watched, observing every secret smile, every brush of hands, and my heart, though breaking, began plotting. In that moment, rage and precision became inseparable. They thought they were untouchable, that their audacity would remain hidden, but little did they know, the trap had already been set. Every movement, every word they shared would be their undoing. I stepped back unnoticed, letting the shadows cloak my presence, while the camera in my mind recorded everything in sharp, vivid detail. They were arrogant in their laughter, careless in their secrecy, and that carelessness was my weapon. My pulse was steady, my hands calm, but inside, a storm raged, an orchestration of revenge forming piece by piece. I was no longer a victim. I was the silent predator, and this room was my theater of retribution. I left the room quietly, my mind spinning faster than my heart. Every text she had hidden, every message he thought she deleted, every whisper that had been disguised as intimacy, I would gather them all. Their arrogance, their belief that I would break instantly, fueled the meticulous plan I was building. Revenge, I realized, isn't loud. It's calculated, invisible, and devastating. And this was only the beginning. Days passed and I became a master of pretense. I smiled, I laughed, I acted as if the betrayal had never happened. They were so consumed with their own triumph, thinking I was destroyed, that they didn't notice the subtle shifts around them. Anonymous emails, carefully leaked messages, small evidence drops. I let chaos seep in quietly, and it began. Their once flawless world started to crack, and every tiny fracture thrilled me silently. One evening, I watched her face pale as whispers of exposure reached her ears. Her lover's smug confidence faltered. I observed every glance, every twitch, every desperate attempt to mask panic, knowing that the walls were closing in. The thrill of watching them unravel while maintaining silence was intoxicating. I didn't need confrontation yet. The suspense was a blade, cutting deeper with every passing hour. Then came the night of our so-called anniversary celebration, a stage I had prepared meticulously. I confronted them not with anger, but with evidence laid bare, recordings, screenshots, emails, all the hidden truths she thought I'd never uncover. The shock on their faces was exquisite. They tried to deny it, to twist it, to salvage their pride, but the truth, cold and undeniable, struck with surgical precision. I remained calm, the architect of their ruin, while their world crumbled in silence. The realization hit them slowly, painfully. They had underestimated me. Every laugh, every secret kiss, every whispered betrayal became ammunition against them. I watched as fear replaced arrogance, and desperation replaced confidence. Their empire of lies was collapsing, and the satisfaction of orchestrating their exposure without raising my voice made every heartbreak I'd endured feel like fuel for a fire they couldn't escape. Finally, I sent her one message that would echo in her mind for a lifetime. There is no forgiveness for what you've done. The weight of those words was heavier than any scream, sharper than any confrontation. She finally understood that I was not merely a man wronged. I was the mastermind behind their downfall, and she would carry the memory of this night forever. The betrayal had ended, but my silence, my calm, had spoken louder than any confrontation ever could. As I retreated into the shadows of our home, I watched the remnants of their pride crumble. She tried to salvage a shred of dignity, but it was too late. I had won without fury, without chaos, without mercy. My revenge was perfect because it was invisible until the very last moment. Their laughter, once so intoxicating, was gone, replaced by fear and regret, and I smiled quietly, knowing the cost of betrayal had been paid in full.